Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I will be talking about the impersonal self. This is a book written by Joseph Benner, and I'll be covering this book, the summary and the review, in 4 sessions. Each session will be of 10 minutes. Now, this book has to be read in conjunction with the theme of justice, the detached observer, the concept of the compassionate witness, and the divine presence in us. To think is to create. As you think in your heart, so it is with you. A thinker is a creator. But do we think wisely and consciously? That is the question. Are we reactive or are we creative? We can think wisely if we start thinking objectively. But how do we become objective in our thinking? By allowing the impersonal self to exercise control, by realizing that God dwells within us and that He has to be consulted to guide our thinking. Only then our thinking will be correct thinking. Remember what the Holy Quran tells us. O believers, if you fear Allah, He will make you see clearly and He will wash away the results of your sins and will forgive you. And this is because of the grace of Allah. So we come on to the next slide where I'll be discussing the sequence. And the sequence will be like this: error thinking, finding me, selfless love, sweet communion, and union. So today we will be covering error thinking and finding me, and we'll be talking about selfless love, and sweet communion and union we'll be covering in the next few sessions. Error thinking, now I'm quoting from the book. And this error thinking, this not knowing, it is my power that you have been misusing, has been separating you in consciousness farther and farther from me, but all the time fulfilling my purpose, which will be made manifest to you. Error thinking is a part of the evolving process, for when man realizes that his thinking is not producing the destined results, then he turns towards the impersonal self, the God within, for help. In order to teach you of the illusoriness of all outer appearance of material things to the human mind, and the fallibility of all human understanding, so that you will turn finally within to me and my wisdom as the one and only interpreter and guide. When you have turned thus within to me, I will open your eyes and cause you to see that the only way you can ever bring about this change is by turning towards me. It is when man turns inwards and allows the God within, the impersonal self, or the witness to direct his thinking, only then can his thinking move on correct lines. When one is willing to do this, then and then only is one ready to receive the truth. Only our unjust desires stand in the way of our objectivity and creativity. And there is a verse in the Holy Quran which means Antal Hadi, Antal Haq, Laisal Hadi Illahu. Antal Hadi means you are the true guide. Antal Hadi, Antal Haq, you are the reality. And there is no better guide than you. Antal Hadi, Antal Haq, Laisal Hadi Illahu. No one can replace you. No one is better than you as a guide. Finding me. You who have studied carefully all that has been said herein and who think you have gotten a glimpse of me but yet are not sure, come close and listen with your soul to know what I now have to say. And what God has to say? Be still and know I am God. If you have learned to be still, that is, if you have come out of the chronic habit of thinking unceasingly, and you have been able to still your mind, you have been able to reduce the chatter of your mind, then you will be able to reach the stillness level. If you have learned to be still, if you have studied and meditated upon this I as God within you, if you are able to distinguish it from the personal I and are conscious at times of being able to step outside, as it were, of your personality and view your human self as it is, see all its petty faults and weaknesses, its base selfishness, its animal appetites and passions, its childish desires and foolish pride and vanities. If you can do all this and have seen these things with clear vision, know that at those moments you have been one with me in consciousness. That it was your real self, I within you, permitting you thus to see with my eyes the reality of things. At these moments, you were freed from your personality and were dwelling in my consciousness, call it cosmic, universal, spiritual, or impersonal consciousness as you will. For you could not have seen these things in yourself except through impersonal eyes. My eyes again, that is Ainullah, that is a person who can see in this way that he becomes the eyes of God. My eyes again, if you will look back, you will recall many times when you felt strongly impelled to do certain things, some of which you did with perfect results, others of which you argued against, your intellect reasoning you into different actions and often with failure, disappointment, or suffering as a result. This impelling consciousness was only your real self, I within you, at such moments guiding you, distinctly telling you what to do. At these moments, you were hearing with your spiritual ears, my ears, and when you impersonally obeyed, success and satisfaction followed. But when you personally thought you knew better, discomfiture, regret, and unhappiness resulted. Again, there have been moments when you have felt approaching events or the nearness of unseen persons or inharmonious vibrations when contacting others. This is only the real you feeling with your spiritual or impersonal body, whose consciousness did you but know it. It is ever on the alert to protect and warn and advise you regarding all outer things, conditions, and events. And now, if you are wondering whether you have been able to attain that level, then there is a test, a litmus test. The best and surest way you may know me is when selfless love fills your heart and there is a strong, compelling urge to help someone, to heal their ills, to relieve their sufferings, to bring them happiness, to point out the true way that is the actual feel of me within you, pushing the personality aside that is your own self, using your mind and body for the purpose I created them as avenues for the expression of my real nature, which is perfect love, the one vitalizing, quickening, life giving, strengthening, healing, all supplying, all informing power in the universe. All this is pointed out to you in order to impress upon you that it is I in your spiritual body, the perfect body within where I dwell, who am always thus talking to you, advising you, teaching you, warning and helping you in all the affairs of life. Yes, in every little detail, if you will but turn to me and will carefully watch for and study these impressions which you are receiving every moment and will learn to trust them and thus to wait upon me and rest in me, putting all your faith in me. Verily, I will guide you in all your ways. I will solve for you all your problems, make easy all your work, and you will be led among green pastures beside the still warm waters of life. I, my child, if you will spend but 1/10 of the time and energy you have wasted in seeking without among the husks of human knowledge and human teachings, in earnest, determined efforts directed within to find me, if you will devote but 1 hour each day, thus to me alone, imagining and practicing the presence of me within you. And in Arabic and in the Holy Quran, it is given, "Wahuwa ma'akum aina ma kuntum." Wherever you are, I am with you. So, if one can meditate about this, And imagine this. Imagining and practicing the presence of me within you, I have promised you that you will not only soon, very soon find me, but I will be to you an exhaustless fountain of such wisdom and strength and help as your human mind now cannot possibly conceive. Yes, if you will but seek me thus, making me first in your life, that is according top priority to Allah, because Allah believes in protocol, and if we give Him the top priority in our lives, He is available to us, but not as a second priority. Yes, if you will but seek me thus, making me first in your life, never resting until you do find me, it will not be long before you will become conscious of my presence, of my loving voice, speaking constantly from out of the depths of your heart. So, this is all that we will be discussing today. Next time, we will pick up the aspect of sweet communion. Thank you very much. God bless you.